main visa options for families who wish to relocate to Spain and what they're dependent on is whether they want to work in Spain, whether they want to move to Spain without the need to work, or indeed whether they actually want to work remotely in Spain for a company based in another country. So the three options there. So the non-lucrative visa. So it's a non-working visa. To apply for that visa, you have to prove that you are no longer working. However, after 1 year on the non-lucrative visa, you can apply for a modification to work in Spain. So the next one is the work visa. So we've got two types. So are you employed by or want to be employed by a Spanish company? And if so, has the Spanish company got approval for you to work in Spain as an employee? For example, school teachers, English school teachers, private schools, English curriculum, that is the classic work visa requirement there for English school teachers. Alternatively, there's the self-employment visa. But the self-employment visa is going to be a bit of a delay before you can actually move to Spain. So we've got a timing here. So if you want to be self-employed in Spain, then it starts with a viable business plan of what you're actually going to do in Spain, the business. Now, you need to spend quite a bit of time on this business plan, obviously, because this is the key to the approval, this business plan, about what you're going to do in Spain. And then that business plan needs to be presented at the Spanish consulate in the UK because it needs approval. There is no turnaround time for these self-employed business plans at all. So it could take 6 months, it could take 12 months. I don't know if you have that amount of time to wait for approval of a business plan, which there is no guarantee for the approval. So the strength of the approval is in that business report, which you have got to get right and spend a good 2-3 months on that with a professional economist getting it all together. If that is approved, then you can go to apply for the self-employment visa, and then you move to Spain and register as self-employed. However, your family members, dependent children, will need to apply for the non-lucrative visa. They can't piggyback off the self-employment visa. So once you have that approval of that business report, the business plan, then you can start the process for the children to apply for the non-lucrative visa so they also can reside in Spain. The final option is the digital nomad visa. So if you are employed by a company that's not based in Spain and they will authorise you to work remotely in Spain, and I don't mean just authorise with a letter, I mean actually they will say that they are sending you overseas to work, and that's a particularly important point. Then you can apply for the digital nomad visa. And the good news is that family members can apply as dependents off the back of the digital nomad visa. If you don't have to just be employed, you may be self-employed. So whether you're a freelancer or you're a contractor, then you can also apply for the digital nomad visa, which will allow you to work remotely in Spain, continuing to carry out the work for the business that you actually provide the services for, and family members can apply as dependents off the back of that. And the good news with the digital nomad visa is that you can apply for that whilst you are in Spain. We present them online, electronically, direct for approval.